This is the Boss DD200 digital delay pedal. It's got a bunch of knobs. It's got effect level, which I'm for this going to set just at 100, where I think that's supposed to be equal to your sound. There's a feedback knob, modulation. There's a tone knob, parameter that adjusts whatever setting you have it on, time knob. Tap division has a ton of things. Dotted half notes. Let's see what they all are. Dotted half notes, dotted quarter, triplet halves, which is kind of like a 2-beat triplet. Quarter notes, dotted eighth notes, triplet quarter notes, so triplet on the quarter, and eighth notes, and triplet eighth notes. So with the digital, so for this, for demoing this, most of the, like, I will start with feedback at 0 on most of these settings, so you can just hear what like one repeat sounds like. So here's the standard digital delay. I've got the tap at like boom, 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 about 100 beats per minute. There's a readout you can get that, and then there's some other setting, 1.7. I don't really know what that means. Something to do with, that because I'm on dotted half notes, it's reading as 1.7. If I change that, it goes to 1. It's really weird. Like, so that the number it shows in one of the settings it's kind of hard to translate, but beats per minute is a little bit easier. So I'm going to have it on half. Actually, let's turn it on quarter. Too much talking. Now, if we turn that to, that was on quarter notes. If we go to half notes, okay, and I'm going to go down to the fastest. And the slowest is dotted half notes. One, two, three, four. So let's see. Yeah. Yeah, you can get it really low, really slow. Okay. So back to half notes, which I think is easier to hear most things. Again, about 100 beats per minute. Can I get it? 92, 93. All right. So if we turn the feedback up, I've noticed that feedback at around 98-ish will kind of just keep adding stuff. Maybe a little lower, 97. So here's with the tone knob all the way down. You shouldn't hear that it's really muddy. All right, so let's hear some more of that. I'm going to mess with the tone knob and the modulation knob. I'll try to go to the extremes while I'm doing that so we can hear how it affects the sound. Tones at the minimum, I'll go max, then I'll go middle, and then I'll mess with the mod. All right. That was the mod all the way up. Right in the middle is a 0 on the tone. And that, it's like your signal. Okay. I don't know if there's anything else to do with this standard. So one thing that's kind of cool with this pedal, and I'm going to turn the feedback back pretty high, get it going, repeats a lot, and then I'm going to mess with the tempo. First, I'll do the tap tempo, so I'll change the tempo with the tap tempo as it's repeating, and then I'm going to adjust the actual tempo knob. It's a little bit different. Okay, a couple things to point out right here. I haven't even messed with the parameter. I forgot about that. So let's do that quick. So with this parameter all the way down, tone is like 0, and mod's down, feedback's down. So as you turn up the parameter, here's halfway, and it's a reading from 1 to 10, 0 to 10. Okay, so 5. Kind of in the middle. It's how much attack there is on the delay. So it kind of rounds off the sound. There you don't even hear any attack. So if I go down to like 2, it's kind of cutting it off. And so at 10, turn feedback up a little bit. It's about 75. All right. Hopefully you can get the point of that, just kind of smoothing out that delay. I don't actually like it that much, but it's kind of cool. Let's go clockwise. Next setting is analog. I don't really want to go through all the like settings in detail. Let's go through what all, I guess real quick, get the sounds. It's dirty. It's a little darker. The tone is set exactly straight up. It should be, the tone knob should not be affecting this sound. I'm going to turn the parameter up. Oh, this one goes from 0 to 100. Clever. I don't know what it does. Maybe it's making it a little dirtier. I'm going to turn the feedback up about halfway and then mess with the parameter while I'm playing chords. So with the parameter down all the way, that was it. When I turned it up all the way, it sounded like it was feeding back. So it's almost like I don't know. You could read the manual online. There's no real it's probably subtle and someone with better ears can figure it out. All right, let's try modulation in this mode. I guess I can mess with the tone. I've got the parameter at about halfway because I can't tell what it does. I try not to talk while I'm messing with knobs. So this is just me messing with the tone, and then after a while I'll mess with the modulation. Okay, tone is changing the repeat subtly. I don't know. Let's try modulation. Yeah, it's modulation. Okay. The next setting is tape. Now, this is a setting and this whole time I've been on quarter notes. This is a setting that I don't really understand. So the lowest setting, when you go through the parameters, it's basically adjusting a tape head, and this has 3 tape heads. So in the basic setting, if I tap out boom, 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 quarter notes. Okay, that makes sense to me. Now if I go to the second tape head, when I moved that, the pedal cut my time in half, roughly. It went from 59 beats per minute from 118. Okay, so now, why did it change my tempo? My tempo should be the same. So the way I think of tape echo is that you have a speed you're tapping out, and that is what rate the tape is playing. And it records, and then there's 3 heads that are like evenly spaced or something like that. And you can think of the tap should be either how long it takes to get around the tape loop back to where you started in a quarter note or a half note or an eighth note. But this is changing my tempo as if like by going to tape head 2, the tape slowed down. So if I go back to, if I tap out the tempo I had about a 103, it's like back to quarter notes. So that doesn't make any sense to me. So there's the first 3 settings are like the 3 tape heads, but they change the tempo. Maybe I'm in the wrong mode, but I think even if you're in the other mode, it's changing. Yeah, it's I don't understand. It's changing. Oh, that's right. The other mode is like how many milliseconds or something, or seconds between, I don't know, something like that. Anyway, so the first setting that you can get to with 2 tape heads is 1.2. So we're in quarter notes. 2, 3, 4. 106 BPM. Okay, so that makes sense to me in a way. It's like we have 2 tape heads, and so like you have my original strum and then 2 more hits. Okay, it doesn't, it's like it's the tap is setting the tempo between the first, when I hit, and when the second tape head hits. Okay, maybe that's a way to do it. Now the next setting is 1.3, it changed the tempo again, so boom, 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 boom. Okay, and that kind of makes sense to me if I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4. In a way, but like, why is the tap attacking to the third tape head and not a loop around to where my thing is? If I'm thinking like, yeah, I guess I have to think about how I would expect it. I would expect it to be kind of triplets. So let me turn the repeats up to 33. Right, I would expect my tap to be like every tap that I hit should be when my, yeah, I guess it's got to be, yeah, I don't know. It seems very unintuitive to me. I can't reason about it. Okay, so here's like, and then there's 2.3, 2, 3, 4. That's the most interesting one to me. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is all 3 tape heads, and I would expect this is like you're getting, I'm playing quarter notes. I'm getting 16ths. But I'm actually getting triplets. And then I think that you keep turning and then it adds an extra dot at the end. I think it's like just adding more distortion to it. Here's tone. Sorry. There's modulation. Modulation's down. Tone. All right, great. There's a drum delay, which is some sort of similar to a tape echo. I don't know if I'm going to... let's just do this real quick. Okay. Now, here's the thing about this one. The drum effect, the feedback's all the way down. It always echoes. It has 4 heads. I don't know if any of these are interesting. You can do like 1 and... You can't do 1 and 4. You can do 1, 2, 2, 3, and 3 and 4, and 1, 3, 2, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, or all. You can't do 1 and 4. I don't know what the deal with that is. Here's 1 and 3, 2, 3, 4. Here's some modulation for you. ended with modulation all the way up. I'm turning it down now. Tone was all the way down. So you get it. There's some like just patterns, I guess. Now there's a shimmer. This is a weird one because in my testing, it's like it triggers sometimes and not others. So here's with the parameter all the way down on shimmer. It seems to really trigger with high notes. It's kind of cool. Oh, I had the effect turned down a little bit. I'm going to turn param all the way up. So I think what the param is doing is, it's kind of how harsh the high end is kind of feeling. I'm going to put it in the middle. And I think from here on, I'm going to skip tone because hopefully you get it. Like the tone is either cutting out the low end and emphasizing the highs, or it's cutting out the highs. Let's try this real quick and verify that what I'm saying is true. And just so it's clear, the tone is affecting like the reverb before it goes out. So it's not, and it doesn't sound like it's putting the tone back on the recording. So I'm going to turn feedback up. I'm going to get it going. All right, so the parameter is basically what, as far as I can tell, it's affecting the tone before it gets printed into the delay. So if you have the param set and you play something, I also think it's triggered. It's like triggering the shimmer effect. So you have to play loud enough, and then you play, and it triggers the shimmer. And then it prints it to the loop. Like basically think of it as a loop, the delay. And then you can affect the tone. That's what's coming out of that loop. But the parameter is printed, and modulation and tone are all post, like whatever's being looped inside the pedal. All right. I'm going to try something. I'm going to try something here that is messing with the time knob while the shimmer's going on. And so when I mess with the knob, you get this weird like whoop, 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 whoop. That's my best impression. And then if you tap different tempos, it doesn't like glide to the other tempo the way the knob does. The problem is the knob, it's like this clicky knob, and you're turning like 1 BPM a second, or 1 BPM per click. So you can't like really get wild with that knob. So you can't get the effects that you get on like a cheaper DD7, DD8, where you can really twist the knob fast and go from like 0 BPM to 800,000 BPM or whatever it is. Anyway, next effect is this Terra Echo, which Boss makes this in a different pedal, I think. Separate pedal. God, it's so stupid. Okay. All right, I'm going to turn the tone all the way up. So it's kind of just an envelope each time. I'm going to change the... how do I get to half note? That's what I want. So this is the other thing. Some of the tap divisions don't work for all of the... I don't even get what's going on. The tap divisions don't work for all effects. So I'm on the Terra Echo. I can't get to the half note division. The slowest is a dotted quarter note. So let's hear that. All right. It's bubbling. It's doing a little envelope filter thing. And I'm going to turn the parameter all the way up now. Now that's cool. I'm going to turn the effect volume above mine. Now parameters all the way down. That's pretty cool. I'm going to go halfway. I like it. I'm going to turn the effect, the feedback up about halfway. Turning the effect volume down. It's not bad. You should be able to hear that where I turn the modulation up. And so it's getting a little wild. I'm turning the feedback up more. We'll really let it get crazy. I am going to turn the modulation about halfway. I'm going to turn the tap division way down. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's on eighth notes. This is something I noticed on a lot of these pedals, a lot of the effects. At some point, they just wash out. They repeat and feedback so much. All right. I've moved on. I'm on the pad echo. The pad echo, I don't know what it does. I'm going to go back to... Oh, I get half notes back. Let's try that. 1, 2. 1, 2. I have modulation all the way down, so any like weird wah, wah stuff you're hearing, that's part of the effect, I guess. Going to quarter notes. I'm going to go to eighth notes because I think that'll be cool. Sounds like it's a little bit of a pitch as well. I'm going to crank the preamp all the way up. So the preamp seems to make it sound like not as distinct, maybe softens the echo. Oh, I get it. It's like the digital, it's like the standard delay. It's like reducing my attack. Yeah, see, now you can't even hear it, that. But if I play a longer note, you hear it fade in. All right, pad echo. Crank up the feedback. Try some modulation all the way up. Try the range of tones. That's what I'm going to do. I don't like when I guess if you wanted like a reverb sound, you wouldn't want your attack in there. Let's try it at 50%, the param. Tones at 0, modulation's cranked up. I'm going to tell you, it sounds like a reverb. And sometimes you want a delay that sounds like a reverb, I guess. Here's the pattern. The pattern is a collection of patterns. There are 1 through 10 patterns. I'm going to go to the half note because I think that is the easiest way to hear all these. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you want to think about how this is 2 beats, what the pattern is happening. So it's like 1, 2, and then the pattern's done. That is 1 loop of the pattern. It's getting 1 extra hit. 1, 2, 1. It should be done. Okay, so that's the pattern. I'm going to turn the modulation up and let's get it out of the way. I wonder if you can do it on your own. Pretty close. It's kind of cool. You just can hit 1 note. That is the first pattern. Modulation down. Pattern 2. I like that other one better. Okay, pattern 1, I'm kind of obsessed with now. But I think what it sounds like a dual delay where it's like 1 is really soft, it's like dun dun dun, and 1 is like dotted quarter notes. But it's cool. Okay, pattern 2. Pretty cool, trippy. Pattern 3. That's cool. Next pattern. 4. Pattern 5? I had to move a little bit. The thing is, I'm on half notes. Now I'm on quarter notes. What happens when you turn up feed? It's chaotic. I don't even know what's going on. Pattern 6. Going back to half. I mean, put it on eighth notes. What are you gonna do? It sounds like a reverb. I mean, it sounds like a reverb. Back to, oh, I'm slowing it way down. This is dotted half notes. Switch it up on you, psych. This is pattern 7. Going back to half notes. Pattern 8. Pretty cool. What? That is insane. Wait. Pattern 10, the final one. We made it. It's weird. So that's just me playing. Maybe I can't do it as good, you know? I mean, obviously, it's a computer. Pretty cool. All right, let's move on from pattern. Lo-fi. Okay, I have the param all the way up. There's a lot of static, I think, and that's the param. Param's now 0. I think it's just how broken it sounds. Okay, moving on. All right, actually, let's turn the repeats up, and you'll see I'm going to turn the pedal off. There's no setting on this pedal that I could find to have it cut off the delay as soon as you turn the pedal off. I think what it does is when you turn the pedal off, it effectively turns the repeats down to 0. Let's get something wild going. A lot of repeats, and then I'm going to turn the pedal off. That was it. That was turning the pedal off. I don't know. I don't know what to say. So the next setting is called Dual, and the parameter controls how there's 2 repeats or something, 1 or more repeats, and the second knob or the parameter knob describes like how soon the second repeat, I think. It's like adding an extra repeat as far as I can tell. You can hear the first the repeat. The feedback is all the way down, so it's like the first repeat you're hearing after my hit is the normal delay, and then the second, the dual, is after that. I'm going to turn the param knob, see what it does. It's just numbers 1 through 2. So, 1 through 10 or something. Okay, that was 2. Oh, it's 1 through 100. So I think it's adding another delay. I'm going to turn feedback up. Okay, well, apparently I had messed something up before. So with the parameter knob, so the parameter is measuring it is setting how far away from the first repeat the second one comes. In this case, the second delay is at 1. It's really low. So now I got it at 25, which is 1/4 of 100, which is the max. Let's see what this sounds like. Okay, so you could do a lot of things with this. So how could we do... I'm going to turn the main tap division on 1/4. And then it's at... So it's at 1/4. 1/4 of 1/4 notes would be 16th notes. Let's live on the edge with the dotted quarter note. It's weird. I guess what am I tapping? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. It's hard to reason. Okay, so I like this mode. Here's the... Well, let's just make sure the modulation... Sounds like every other mode. Sounds like every other mode. Okay. The cool thing about this mode, the dual delay, I think I mentioned earlier, it's hard to adjust the tempo with the main knob. But with the dual delay, you can quickly change the second delay. So that's something you can do. There's a ducking delay. And let's see what the param does on this. Okay, back to half notes. And again, I don't know what this param... So I understand, I think, what this duck... Well, I know ducking means, like, you're not doing the delay when the guitar is playing. So it's not as good because right now I got the feedback down all the way. So let's turn the feedback up to, like, 50% and try this. So while I'm playing, the ducking is stopping the delay. And I guess the param is maybe adjusting the volume. I'm going to go to 50%. This, to me, is not something I could see myself using. I think all it's doing with the param is like how soon after you stop playing the delay's coming in. It's not that interesting. The final mode is reverse. And like every other reverse mode, in my experience, this is just kind of random. I don't know what the parameter is doing, so we'll figure it out. Turning the feedback up. Quarter note division. And then back to standard delay. There's some other modes on this that you can go into the editing and you can change what the right pedal does and what the left pedal does. It also has a looper. I don't know. Like these pedals have a lot of stuff they do, and then it's like, well, how much can you actually have them do at a time? The only thing I haven't tried is like an expression pedal that would allow you to change the tempo, but I don't think I want that. I mean, it's any pedal that requires an expression pedal that's not like, I don't know, that you have to pick what pedal you're going to have an expression pedal on. And so are you going to put it on a delay? I don't know. Maybe. I'm going to go look and see if I can get it to change the tempo, like the knob. Let me check. All right, I got to go in the menu, go to expression pedal, EPF, ILU. I don't know what the hell this means. Feedback. You can do like input level. I just wanted to do time, and it's TIN. Save that. Now I got to plug it in. All right, here's the expression pedal plugged in. So I might need to go in and change the extent. It goes from 1 to 5. I'm going to turn it down. I don't know what it means. But let's turn it from 1 to 3. Goes to 20. Like, you can keep turning the time down, and then it goes to, like, Y. I don't know what that means. I'm going down to 100. What happens when I get to 0? Down. Nope, it goes to 4 for me. But on the pedal, and then I can go up from Y to 18 point Y. I don't know what this is doing. Oh, it must be in the other mode. Yeah, 1, 2. It doesn't know how to express. Okay. So instead of that, let's go from, let's see, how about 100 to, I mean, it's kind of cool. I need to stop messing with this, but. Here's some final thoughts on this pedal. So the other thing I didn't even touch on, there's like a twist mode. There's a twist thing you can do. There's a warp effect that you can do. And these are kind of cool. One is like, I don't know, one of them really starts oscillating like the feedback, and it ramps up, and then it slows back down. But in order to do that, you need external foot switches, which kind of like defeats the purpose of this compact pedal. There's so many delay pedals where you hold down like the tap button, and it'll just crank the feedback up for you and start oscillating. The Avalanche Run by Earthquaker does that. I mean, Strymon El Capistan does that. There's tons of delays that have a tap button. Reverb pedals do that. I don't know why you can't select the in fact, what's weird is when you're in the looper mode, the stop button, the right one, tap, if you hold it, it clears the loop. So clearly, like, the pedal can do a hold function. I don't understand why the tap doesn't have like an alternate functionality where you can hold the tap and like do the warp effect or the twist effect. And I have not been able to figure that out. I read through the manual. Similarly, you can't like change the on off. The other thing is that I guess actually, let me try this real quick. If I go to the menu and you go to like, let's see. NFC is tap. I'm going to do known, not on, none up. What is none up? Okay, so now it's on like memory mode. And if I hold it, it goes to tap mode. And then if I hold it again, it goes back to memory mode. So I can switch the memories. I don't get this. Like, why does tap mode not allow me to like hold the button and do something else? If I'm in tap and I hold it, it doesn't do anything. Let me turn it on. Yeah, it's not doing anything. Okay, so that's one thing. I don't like the time knob. It's clickiness. I don't want to have to hook up an external expression pedal to change and do weird effects with it. I think the Terra Echo is a cool effect, but everything else is just kind of a delay. The dual's okay. It's got some cool patterns. So I'd say between the pattern and the Terra Echo, for me, those are like cool. Cool. They're cool. I don't get shimmer really. But functionally, it's not a very playable pedal. You can switch the tempo on the fly, but you can't really play the delay pedal in a way that you can a lot of other simpler digitaler delays that I've played. So I don't know if I'm going to keep this one. I mean, what does it matter what I'm going to do? But for me, I like to have something that if I want to bend down, get some weird sounds out of it, especially delay pedal, like in a digital delay. To me, in my head, that's what like digital delay is the best at, because analog delay cannot have these long repeats where it just keeps repeating. Tape can do that, and like the El Capistan does have that ability. But it's just the digital delay, something about them, the way that when you twist the tempo, the way that affects the sound has always been really cool to me and really interesting. And so that was, I'm in a way kind of disappointed in this pedal. But it sounds good, I guess, you know. It's delays. That's something I don't care as much about. Yeah, that's more or less the Boss DD200.